What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we just gonna hop right into it. Let me get my shit right. So, today we will be doing some sports related news, but not about sports really. But we'll be talking about Jaime Jaquez allegedly being in some type of relationship, basically sexual relationship with Erik Spoelstra'S ex-wife. So, Erik Spoelstra'S ex-wife, Nikki Spoelstra. If y'all don't remember, the reason, well, I think Nikki Spoelstra, she might have been used to be a dancer for the Miami Heat. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, she used to be a Miami Heat dancer. So, and y'all know Erik Spoelstra, he used to work in the he always worked in the Miami Heat organization. He started as a videographer and then worked his way up till he got the head coaching position in '08. But yeah, that and also that if y'all didn't see the headlines more recently, they had when they got a divorce, they waited till his divorce was finalized before they gave him a contract extension, making him at the time the highest paid coach ever. So Erik Spoelstra has a little bit of a publicized history with his ex-wife a little bit. So well, one that does help the case for Jaime probably knew the fuck she was anyway. But so how this kind of came about. One, it was a very long blog post. Now, I'll just put the blog post in here for a couple seconds. You have to pause it if you want to read it. But I'll just sum it up because I'm not finna read that thing verbatimly. Not gonna lie to you. So, what it basically says in the long blog post, that one, their relationship was made obvious, one, because that she was liking his post. Now there was more, it was actually proof behind this. He's not the only person that said this. It was a at least a screen recording of somebody who took a video of her Instagram that showed this. So there's proof behind this. I'll put that up there that she was liking his post, and it said that she stopped liking his post around the time that he popped out with his girlfriend. Now, another thing that was also interesting about this, it is said that her Nikki and Jaime's mother, who really has no connection. She, like, basically what they were trying to say is that Jaime's mother is not somebody you would follow unless you had a relationship with her or you were a fan of Jaime. And obviously Nikki is not just gonna be a fan of Jaime with the Miami organization. Obviously, basically, and she lives in California as well. She's a real estate agent, so it's just a lot of things fishy with them following each other and stuff on Instagram and interacting. Now, all this was, this is, very apparent because obviously somebody did their research on Instagram, as well as when he came out with his girlfriend now, who Jaime's girlfriend now is a a current Miami Heat dancer now. This nigga right here, he got a thing for dancers. I guess you could say. I ain't gonna lie. I have heard about the Miami Heat dancers. Like, if y'all ever seen that clip of Gilbert Arenas talking about the Miami Heat dancers, so I guess they really must just be that fine. I don't know who his current, actually, let me look that up. Who his current girlfriend look like now? Okay, she cute for sure. I'm with it. So, and she his age, so obviously they got more in common. But yeah, so obviously, he popped out his girlfriend, and she wasn't like that. So, I mean, she wasn't with that. So that's actually the day before the post around he popping out his girlfriend is the last post that she liked. No, I mean, yeah, it's weird. Let's start there. Just from the Instagram post, it's weird. Let me say that. It's weird in the fact that, one, she's not connected to the organization no more because she's not dating Erik Spoelstra. And even if she was still with Erik Spoelstra, it would just be weird for the head coach's wife, who probably does nothing basketball related, doesn't know much about basketball, and doesn't really having nothing to do with any basketball decision, is out here communicating with Jaime, and on the fact that he's the only one that she is following on Instagram. So makes it very strange. Now, on top of that, what makes this very strange is that, one, he's not, I ain't gonna say, well, this says financially support her. I wouldn't say financially supporting her. He is spoiling her. So He's spoiling her. Basically, it says he bought her $100,000 Porsche convertible. So I guess it probably mean Carrera. It could have been. It probably was a Carrera. He probably bought it as a Carrera. But either way, 100K. That shit hard. Clothes, bags, and vacation he can't go on currently because of his girlfriend. So this left me to ponder what what was his contract, because just spending it on a hoe like this and then getting a girlfriend that you also is probably spending it a little bit on is a little crazy. So I had to see what his contract was. So he is on a 4-year, $16 million contract, which is decent for a rookie. But what I didn't take into consideration is there's no state tax in Florida, so he is really seeing most of his money. Most people when they most states they go in, basically your contract is cut in half off the rip just because your tax bracket. But him being in Florida helps a lot with the bags. So I said, shit, it ain't tricking if you got it. But this wasn't also after this, besides her just following her on Instagram and the spoiling, and she posted all these things. This is how we, on her story and stuff. So we might not be able to recover no pictures and things like that, but of this specifically. But it says she did post this Porsche a lot. But and also if you like, okay, they just following each other on Instagram is weird, and having gifts but you can't prove who gave it to them is weird. This what makes it blatantly obvious. So like I said, she posted this thing. She also posted in hotels around the time the Miami Heat would have road games. So that doesn't make it, that make it a little crazy. Also, she posted a lot on Instagram about age gap relationships being healthy, especially if the other person is doing it right. So it obviously, if he's dating his coach's wife and he's on his second year, you would know that he's you know his age gap there. So if you were wondering what the age gap was, Nicki's 38 and Jaime's 24, which is not as crazy as I thought it was gonna be, but obviously that is still an age gap, and they are at different points in their lives, so it makes sense why he got a 24-year-old girlfriend. But also, the icing on top of the cake is after his girlfriend, Jaime's mother stopped interacting with Nicki's post. So yeah. My nigga Jaime has been dipping his toe in the wrong water, I guess you could say, because I'm not a Miami Heat fan, so I don't want to speculate and just put this on that because, if you know that the internet has, found this out, you either know Erik Spoelstra has seen this or he has some rumblings of it. So obviously it might go down to his playing time. So I wanted to look what his playing time was, and basically he hasn't been playing anything but garbage time minutes. I looked up his last, I want to say 6 to 7 games, and he played more than 2 minutes. Well, he played, let's say, more than 4 minutes in only one of the games. He had one game where he scored 14 points, and it looked like he was just hot from the field, so Erik couldn't even do him. So I don't know. I'm not a Heat fan, so I can't tell you if Jaime was just playing like shit and he having a sophomore slump, or Erik's just not playing him because of stubbornness. But we never know. I mean, would you be angry? I mean, it's your ex-wife, but would you be angry? Yeah, because he just divorced her. What? I think he divorced her last year, so that meant Jaime was rookie. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of understand, cause you don't know when exactly she start messing with that nigga. That's what makes it weird. You feel me? And how the hell did they even get in contact? Like, why as the head coach's wife are you talking to a player? So, yeah, that's just interesting to think about. But yeah, I don't want to just put it out there that Erik is holding a grudge, but it's some evidence to support that. Let me just say that. But I as a young nigga, I get you want to fuck hoes and all that, especially she's a former dancer and she older and all that and cougars and shit. I get it, but I just feel like as we've seen more and more stories and examples of why you should keep your dick in your pants sometimes. Just, it is, well, maybe not keep it in your pants, but maybe, some coochie is not the right coochie to hit because it could just not have great, not consequences that come with it. And this is, if Erik is mad at him playing time, and the way that your coaches and player and other people in the organization and your teammates look at you and respect you is very important, especially in a professional setting. So I would just say you might want to be careful who you sleep with, homie. You know, it do be like that sometimes. They do be fine. I mean, they can get you, boy. They can get you. But that's really all I got to say, though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, Bonneville, and we out.